beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. This is Mira with Star Sisters Intuition. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night. And for today's reading, we are taking a look at what is happening for you in the month of November. To do this reading, I've pulled 5 piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. I'm going to add the crystals and I'll be right back. And here we have the crystals. For pile number 1, we have a yellow azestolite. For pile number 2, we have a selenite heart. For pile number 3, we have an amethyst. For pile number 4, we have a rainbow aura quartz tower. For pile number 5, we have a rose quartz heart. Pick whichever pile, crystal, or pile number is calling you most, and that will be your reading. Trust your intuition as it's going to guide you to the correct pile. The timestamps will be listed below. And yeah, let's head into the readings. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. You have chosen the yellow azestolite. I'm going to keep your stone right here. I'm going to lay out your cards and I'll be right back. So, pile number 1, I've laid out your cards. We have the bear spirit, the moon, the 2 of swords, the empress, the 7 of wands, and the sea serpent. Before I laid out your cards and before I saw your cards, I got a message that something you've been manifesting is coming to you really quickly right now, and 2, that you're going to be getting an unexpected visitor. So take that as it applies. With the month of November, I see that your overall energy is going to be one of healing past wounds within relationships, healing past wounds within yourself, coming to terms with a lot of your past and seeing things that you may not have seen before, looking at your shadows a little bit more. These are the energies that are going to be coming up during the month of November. A little bit of conflict with somebody or with yourself. Now, if it's with somebody else, I think it's going to be with somebody from your past or somebody that you maybe hold there's hard feelings and a bit of past trauma or something along those lines that you're going to be confronting. I also see that it's a month of you putting your foot down to those people, or even if it's with yourself, is finally making a clear decision on moving forward and moving beyond those mental pulls and mental strains. You've been pulled in so many different directions by your mind, and now you're finally starting to put your foot down. And I just saw 111, so I think that's a confirmation. Whenever I see 11 or 111 or 1111, I take it as a confirmation. With the Empress here, I see that some of you I get 3 or 4 different messages. Some of you are going to be blessed with a child or with a pregnancy, if that applies. Others of you, I see you're being blessed with a beautiful idea. Now, this could be an idea for your career, for your work, for your school, or something like that. But it also could be an idea on where you want to live, or where you want to spend your energy. It could also be a creative idea on how you want to release your creative energies. It could be an idea in any form, but you're being blessed with an idea or a birth of something new. Overall, the month looks really good. It looks like there's a lot of healing that's happening. You're being mentally challenged in order to get to this point of healing, in order to release whatever needs to be released. In the moon card, we see here the siren is releasing her song, so it's about that, allowing for that release to happen. And the moon's energy in general is extremely healing and powerful, so this is a really powerful energy that's coming towards you, this healing. And yes, there might be challenges and conflicts that arise, but it's arising to help you move forward and to close out chapters and find that healing that you need within you. And with the Empress here, again, it's to bring that healing and that birth of something new, or even the birth of a child, or just to care for your own self and nurture yourself and bring that nurturing energy, that like that blessing of the feminine energy. I feel like that's really coming in strong during this month, and that you're finally finding out or seeing, you're having an opportunity to see the situations that were causing you conflict or holding you back from your manifestations, and the situations that that weren't allowing for that healing to happen. The month of November is like the catalyst. It's like it's starting in this month and it's going to carry forward. I had a really interesting message of letting your hair down. Take that as it applies, but I kind of see it as maybe meaning to free your mind and like free your mind from the limiting beliefs that you may have. With the bear spirit here, I get the idea of spending some time alone during this month, like making sure you have pockets of time to spend alone and undisturbed, almost like hibernation. And the other message I get is like, if you have kids, spend some time with them too. Be intentional with your time with them, and just make sure you give some time to them as well. With the sea serpent, I get the message that when these like rough energies are occurring in, like, I feel it's like in the beginning of the month, as these rough energies occur, Spirit is asking you to just take the time to really allow for flow. So just go with the flow of things. Don't be scared. Allow for that flow, and Spirit is going to guide you through this time with ease, and like they're just going to help you find your way through without putting too much strain on you. So as long as you just allow for the flow to happen, you'll find that there isn't so much strain, and that Spirit is helping guide you in the best way possible. Now I'm going to take 2 cards from this deck to see any information Spirit has on this reading, any further information Spirit has for pile number 1. Oop. We have Vata. Wow, that's very fitting, but I'm going to take one more card and then we'll get to that. Can we please get one more card? Ooh, okay, well, we got 2, so I'm going to take that. So Vata is all about that imagination, that creative flow, and allowing for that creativity to come into your life. So again, like, I think that's just confirming the message we got with the Empress of like birthing that creative idea, or like just allowing for more creative flow and that energy of creation to enter into your life. And then we have Agnya, which is the third eye, and what the message I get is allowing your intuition to help you to really help you feel out what you think is right, and what you think is right for you, and what feels right for you, and what isn't really resonating with you, and you no longer want to like continue putting your energies into that. So allowing for yourself to connect with your intuition. I hear that like this is a great time to connect with your intuition, and also it's the majority of the month of November is in the sign of Scorpio. So, and Scorpio is extremely intuitive, and so I get that message of like meditating and connecting with your higher self, and allowing your third eye to open up so that you can see where you need that healing and just see beyond the surface level stuff. It's very interesting because the sea serpent is sea, but this looks like an eye, and so it's like just to be able to see what's going on, like opening your eyes, your third eye, all of your eyes, to be able to get a clearer picture. So with asana, it's one of the 8 stages of yoga, and it's all about stillness, bringing stillness to your mind, your physical body as well. And so what I get with all 3 of these here, and with Vata, it's like allowing for your creative energies to find a release so that you can connect with your higher self, your your intuition, and open your third eye. That way you can truly find stillness and gain mental clarity in that stillness. Now, stillness doesn't necessarily mean physical stillness, although it can mean that. If maybe, for example, if you work yourself, like overwork yourself, or you're constantly go, then this could literally mean finding time to have like physical stillness where you're doing absolutely nothing. But this mostly is talking about mental stillness and finding that calm serenity in your mind so that you can have clarity and see things beyond just the mundane surface level stuff, or just like see deeper. Because imagine water. If you keep hitting that water, all those waves and vibrations are not going to allow you to see deeper and what lies below the surface. But once you allow the water to still, you can see beyond just what's happening on the surface. You get to see, well, you can also see your reflection more clearly, but beyond that you can see deeper what lies beneath the water. Now let's take 2 cards from this deck to get any okay. We have 3 cards again. So 3 seems like a very significant number. It's kind of interesting because I also saw 111, which also makes 3. And 3 is also about that like fun and lively energy. So we have inspiration. Isis, goddess of magic, I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. Again, I think this is just confirming that you're going to be entering during this month of November. There's going to be a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas, a lot of creative energy that's going to be flowing around you. And so I think Spirit's asking you to tap into that energy. Then we have courage. By shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. Having that courage to step out, to face your shadows, your fears, to see things beyond the surface, to really go in depth and face these conflicts and these challenges. And then lastly, we have best possible decision. With best possible decision, I see that you're, again, it says, Artemis, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. There's a lot of cards here and messages dealing with seeing. So it's really about opening your third eye, opening your eyes to see beyond what is being presented to you, dig deeper so that you can make the best possible decision in whatever it is that you're going to be making decisions for, or just in general in your life. It helps you to go and do that deep inner work and to face those shadows and those challenges. I want to take 1 card from this deck to see. We have Libra, balance. Very interesting. With Libra, what I'm getting is to find that, again, that balance. It's interesting, again, we had that message about spending time with yourself and also spending time with like your children. So maybe it's about balancing being able to spend time with yourself and with other people as well. But I also kind of get the message that like maybe somebody, either you are a Libra or somebody that you're dealing with is a Libra. And when we were talking about the conflict, it could be a conflict with somebody who is a Libra, and Maybe you're just finding it a little bit difficult to find balance in that relationship, or that may be why that conflict keeps arising. And to end this reading off, we're going to take some beautiful advice messages from Spirit on this reading for pile number 1. What advice does Spirit have for pile number 1 for the month of November? Okay. Wow, that's a lot. But let's just go with it. Alright, so we have uncertainty. The shades of gray within the fog will eventually lift. So the things that you're uncertain about, for example, like whatever this conflict may be, uncertainty in your relationships, uncertainty in a decision that you have to make, by doing that inner work, and again, it's like the fog will lift eventually, so will your ability to see clearly. Like, when there's a fog, we cannot see clearly, but eventually that fog clears out, and so we're able to see again. Just like the water too, eventually the water settles down, so we're able to see again. And I think you're gonna, this time in November, it's like just understanding that eventually, given just patience and time, everything will clear up. Your mind will clear up. You'll gain that ability to have some peace and quiet. Just giving yourself some time for that will allow you to see what needs to be seen. Then we have surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is a undisturbed garden. That's very interesting, because I got one of the first messages I got before I even laid out your cards was about the unexpected visitor, and that's a surprise. But also that, like, for some of you, the thing you've been manifesting is coming to you really quickly right now. So with surprises, that I feel like is reaffirming that for me. Then we have origins. Remember your roots. So again, with like the moon card and the 2 of swords, like going back and forth, it's like, remember your roots. Where do you come from? Where are your roots coming from? What's the seed that sprouted those roots? Think about those seeds. How are they affecting you? Are those roots like healthy, or do they need work? Do they need nutrients? Do they need something in order to become healthy? It says, learn. Take a lesson from the owls. Deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. So again, like we said throughout this reading, it's another confirmation. Like, just observe, learn, and continue moving forward and making that progress. Then we have risk. Learn to grow wherever you are planted. That is extremely interesting to me, because one, I saw it before I took the deck out. I saw it at the bottom of the deck. And 2, it is a bit of a risk to look at your shadows, to do those observations, because you really never know what you're gonna find from that, what your past is gonna lead you to, what observing your past is gonna lead you to. But it's a risk with reward. Your intuition. Then we have flow. Go with the flow as water trickles down a stream. Do not hurry. And what have we been talking about like this entire reading? It's about flow, finding that flow, that pace, and being patient, allowing for that flow into your life. Pile number 1, I love your reading. There's so many advice cards from Spirit. I hope your month of November is beautiful, that you find these this healing and are able to do the work, the shadow work that you need to do, and that you're blessed with the birth of these ideas and just abundant in blessings. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, pile 2. You have chosen the selenite heart. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards, and I'll be right back. Hi, pile number 2. I've laid out your cards. We start off with the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Black Egg, the Knight of Swords, and the Hierophant, or the Hierophant. As I was shuffling your cards, the cards seemed a bit like unclear, or just like they were there. I felt a lot of resistance and a lot of like unsurety, or a lack of surety. So kind of what I get is like in the month of November, you may be feeling a little unclear on a choice or a decision that you need to make, and it could be leading to some second guessing, which can be causing some frustration and a lot of like mental work. And what I see during the month is that you're finding a lot of like emotional strength and stability. You're allowing your intuition to come out, and with the Black Egg, it like reminds me of that like ability to birth a dragon. So like a really fiery and intense energy. Like the Black Egg reminds me of a dragon egg, or like a really intense, ferocious like energy. And what I get for you during the month of November is that you're going to be finding strength in your emotions, like being able to emotionally ground yourself and find surety in your path. There may be a lot of like mental chatter or lack of like clarity, and maybe it's like clouding your mind and your judgment, and it's a challenge I see you overcoming in the month of November. I also get the message that you may have committed to something prior to like fully thinking about it, or really like getting to understand what the commitment you're making, and you may have overcommitted to the point where it may be draining your energies. And so during this month, I see you trying to come back to equilibrium and find time to dedicate towards yourself, as well as like, again, with the emotions, finding the ability to overcome this commitment that you've made through finding strength in your emotions and grounding yourself, because we have the Queen of Cups here. It's like finding that emotional strength and stability. And it's so interesting because for the last pile I saw 111, and again I'm seeing 111. So this period seems to be like opening doors for a lot of people. Like this month of November seems to be like, and because we have the egg, and it's like an egg is all about like birth, so I think like a lot of doors are being opened for you, and you have great opportunities coming your way, and I think they're going to be coming towards you really quickly. It's just a matter of when those opportunities come, doing your due diligence in research and analyzing and making sure whatever opportunity you seize, you've done your due diligence in research on that opportunity, so that way you're not overcommitting yourself, or committing to an opportunity that maybe you realize is not really for you. And again, with the Nine of Swords, I get the feeling that a challenge that's going to be coming during this month is to see things that you like, see where you may have led yourself into a situation that was not favorable for you, to look at how you got yourself into that situation, and to like analyze it and learn from it. So I think that's an opportunity actually that's also coming your way, is the opportunity to learn how you got yourself into a situation that may not have been favorable for you. Because with the Nine of Swords, this scientist chose to be here. Like, she wanted to observe, and now that she's observing, she may not be very pleased with the events that are happening, because it's obviously causing her distress. So it's like we make choices in our life, and those choices lead us to certain outcomes. So really analyzing the choices that you've made and how the outcomes that those choices have produced, and coming to understand deeper on those choices and those outcomes. I also get that some of you may be having an opportunity through school or through work to do some deeper like learning, maybe furthering your education if through work, or just taking more classes and just learning something along the lines of learning deeper into a field, or being given the opportunity to take classes in something that you're passionate about. There's some like education thing going on here, and I see you gaining the opportunity to delve deeper into something. I also think this time period is going to be very beneficial for your manifestation. So if there's something that you've really been wanting to manifest, write it down and set intention towards that. Do whatever you need to do to set that intention and put it out there. Remember though, release that intention, release that manifestation, so that the universe can do what it needs to do to guide you towards it, and then allow to be guided towards it. So don't hold on to your desire, your manifestation, the thing you want to manifest. Don't hold on to it, but allow it to flow freely, like the Queen of Cups is doing here. Allow things to flow freely. But yeah, it's a great time for your manifestation to be known and for your intentions to be set out. Now I'm going to take 2 cards from this deck for pile number 2 on any more information Spirit would like to give for the month of November for pile number 2. Okay, I'm feeling this one. Alright, so we have Anahata and Buddha. There's a lot of green and blue in your cards here. And Anahata is the heart chakra, which is green, it's associated with the color green. So I think opening your heart up to your desires and just allowing for your heart space to flow, and allowing that energy of love to come in, and working with your heart chakra is going to be very beneficial. And I also feel like there's going to be situations happening in the month of November that are going to show you where you need to be placing your heart chakra energy, where you need to be placing that. I feel like that's going to be shown to you, and I just think like naturally it's going to happen in a way where you're going to end up working on your heart chakra without needing to set the intention to do it. And with Buddha, it's funny because I have my Buddha right here. I get the idea that you need to ground your energies and meditate, and just set some time to find peace and quiet. I also get the sense that Spirit wants you to allow the blessings to come into your life, and don't resist that, because there may be a little bit of like resistance to the blessings coming in. So pay attention to the blessings coming into your life, and try not to resist it, but rather just allow it to come in and allow it to flow. And even if it doesn't look exactly the way you imagined it to look or thought it would look, just allow for that flow to happen. Now let's get 2 cards from this deck to see any any more information for pile number 2 for the month of November. I'm actually what would Spirit like to add to me? There you go. we have safe travel. So some of you may be traveling to see family or friends or loved ones, and I just think it's like knowing that you'll be safe and protected. And you have the angel number 22. It says, keep me safe and let me roam far away but bring me home. What I also get from that is like, though your manifestation and what you want to manifest is going out there, you're still being protected and guided. So allow for that guidance to come your way so that you can be brought to your center and grounded. I hope that makes sense. Then we have knowledge. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. So again, with knowledge and the Hierophant, some of you are definitely going to be pursuing higher education, or like taking more classes, or doing something to learn more about the field that you're in, or whatever it may be. You're just taking more classes and educating yourself further in whatever field that you're in. With the safe travel card, I get the sense to not be afraid of what lies ahead, but to rather make whatever choice. Like the first message I got just by shuffling your cards and it feeling that resistance was like you're unclear on a choice and you're second guessing yourself. So I kind of feel like clearing that fear and allowing yourself to know that you are protected and you are guided, and that whatever decision you make, you will ultimately make a well-informed decision. And that might be why we have the Hierophant and knowledge coming up too. It's like inform yourself on the possible decisions so that you can make a well-informed decision and not feel fear. And again, with knowledge, I just think you're expanding your horizon and expanding your mind and bringing in more knowledge into your life. Now let's take one card from this deck to see what main energy, what zodiac energy is going to be around you during this month of November. Oh, it flew. Okay, one second. We had Virgo, and that really flew out of the deck. So I think there's going to be somebody significant in the sign of Virgo. Either maybe you have the sign of Virgo heavy in your charts, or either way, I think Virgo energy is going to be very important. Also, Virgos are known for their analytical abilities. So I really think, again, with the Hierophant and knowledge, like this is just confirming that you're going to be analyzing and doing deeper research into something before you make a decision. It's like what do you need to put your energies towards? What needs to be analyzed? What do you need to inform yourself on to make a well-informed decision again? So it's like this is just like 3 times being confirmed. And I feel like with the safe travel and Buddha, it also confirmed that too, because with Buddha, it's like you meditate in order to find that mental clarity so that you can make well-informed decisions. That's what I get anyways. Now let's take any last advice from Spirit on this reading. Okay. Wow. That's a lot. Okay. So we have time. Embrace in the dewdrops of life before they disappear with the morning sun. So I also just feel like being present and grounded. And again, with Buddha, it's like being present and in the moment and not being so concerned with what the future holds. And that's like very similar to the message I got before when I was shuffling your cards, that you're unclear on a decision and a little bit like apprehensive on the month to come because of that. Then we have learn. Take a lesson from the owls, deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. That's funny. Learn, knowledge, the Hierophant, and Virgo. So there's just an overwhelming amount of energy pointing towards learning and growing and expanding your knowledge base. We then have uncertainty. The shades of gray within the fog will eventually lift. That's interesting because all three of these cards, the next card we have is surprises. Under the most ordinary stone is an undisturbed garden. All three of these came in pile number 1. So if some of you might have been called to pile number 1, and if that's the case, then I think this is just confirming it. But if you weren't, what I get is like, again, with that uncertainty of making what decision and what choice to make, it's almost like just allow for stillness and the choice will become clearer. Yes, there may be fogginess right now. Your mind might be a little bit cluttered and maybe there's just a lot of noise, but when you allow things to just calm down and to fizzle out, we can really see where we need to go and what decision we need to make. What I get from surprises is that you may be surprised to at the information that you're learning. You may be surprised at where you go and the decision that you make. I think you are going to be surprising yourself during this month with the amount of growth and knowledge that you're going to be pursuing. I also just heard a bell ring, so I feel like that's confirming it. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Pile number 2, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I hope you're able to take advantage of this time right now and find all the beautiful blessings and everything, all this knowledge, abundance of knowledge coming towards you. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. You have chosen the amethyst. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'll lay out your cards and I'll be right back. Hello, pile number 3. I've laid out your cards. We start off with the fish spirit, the 6 of cups, justice, the 3 of swords, the queen of swords, and then a stingray. So with the 6 of cups, what I'm seeing here is that you're going to have a lot of like lively energy happening during the month of November. There's going to be a lot for you to explore and a lot for you to look into. But one of the challenges that I'm seeing is to find balance in your mind. There might be a little bit of like tipping the scales, and so Spirit wants you to allow for different perspectives to come in, see things from a different perspective, hear other people's perspectives on things as well, so that you can kind of open your mind up and find that balance. I also kind of feel like this is going to be a really good time for you to release some of the hurts from your past. And I see you finding peace and calm, finding peace in your past and finding calmness, and just no longer like allowing those hurts to really dictate your decisions and your life. I feel like the hurts from your past are no longer having a hold on you. I see you getting an opportunity to release those hurts and truly find closure and just closing out the past wounds. And even if you're not like at a point yet where you completely move on from that, although that is what I see, even if that you don't feel like you're at a point where you can completely move on from that, it's more about starting the work to move on, so that eventually one day you can come to a point of closing out that past and finding healing and moving forward. And with the Queen of Swords, I get that a message of to find like that mental stability, and almost like finding that mental stability and also like the balance between your emotions and your mind. So like, how are your emotions affecting your mental space? I think that is a question that you're going to be answering during this month of November, and it's a really strong answer that you're receiving, I feel like. And with the stingray, the one thing that really is popping out to me is the spine and the chakras. So I think you might be also doing work to align your chakras and to, oh wow, your candle just went out. So like doing that shadow work and finding out what is keeping you misaligned and maybe creating some like stuck energy. Like I think during this month of November you're going to be doing some inner work, and like also I feel like external circumstances are going to be showing you where maybe your energies are a bit stuck and how you can free those energies. And that's also kind of what I get with the fish, is like allowing your intuition to help you find that freedom and that flow. Like for example, if we're feeling a specific tightness or like just like a, not a physical, maybe it's not physical although it can be, but like it may just be like an internal thing where you just don't feel like motivated to do something, that can tell you, for example, that would be able to tell you that you have some blocked energy in your lower chakras, so you need to do some work there. And so that's what I think is happening for you over the course of the month. And actually I see that you're starting this work in November, but it's trailing into like the next several months. I kind of get like January, February, but it could even be March. So like that time frame is going to be where like the majority of this work starts to like bear fruit. But right now I see you planting the seeds to that. Now let's take 2 cards from this deck to get any more. Okay, we have Samadhi, and then one more card on the month of November. Atma, peace and soul. Finding peace within your soul. That's what we were talking about too with the 3 of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Like being able to find that peace and like calm within your mind, and just connecting to your soul, and really really just healing those old hurts and moving forward, and doing that shadow work, like your candle going out. That's very significant. Being able to do that and find that inner calm and inner peace. Now let's take 2 cards. Confidence. I'm actually just feeling 1 for this group, but it says, by earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light, burn higher. So I feel like your confidence is, you're really stepping into your true potential and your true confidence. Like the Queen of Swords is extremely confident. She's extremely intelligent. She knows, she uses her mind to ground her emotions, and vice versa. So that way neither one is overstepping the other, and through that she finds confidence. So I feel like during this period you're gonna really be stepping into your confidence and doing the work that needs to be done in order for you to feel confident. Now let's take 1 card from this deck to see the general energy of the month of November for you. What are the general energies? Feeling this one. Venus. So again, the energy of like that love and alluring and that beauty and life. And it's also interesting because we have Pisces at the bottom of the deck, and you have the fish card here. So I'm going to keep Pisces right here. But I definitely feel that there's a strong connection here to your intuition, and you're going to be stepping into a period of being confident in your imagination and in who you are, and finding that beauty in life. Wow, This is so beautiful, this reading. The month of November is going to be so amazing for you because it's like a catalyst into the rest of your, like, this new chapter almost of your life. It's like it's closing out old things and stepping into your true potential. Let's take some last advice cards. I want one more. Feeling this one. We have transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. Like, if that doesn't just fit this reading so perfectly, yes, it's like you're transforming, you're stepping into your truest self. You're becoming so much more confident, and I feel like you're glowing this month. Like, people are going to really be seeing your confidence externalize. And even if that doesn't exactly happen in this month, it's the tipping point of that is happening in this month. So over the next several months, you're really going to start stepping into your own power. And then it says origins. Remember your roots. And again, remember we were talking about like healing the past and moving out of that energy. So I really feel like that has to do with your roots. Like, remember your roots and see them for what they are. It's funny because I think this card, it's definitely come out in another pile. I don't know if it came out in both piles, but it's been coming out a lot. So I think during this time of November, people are really going to be focusing on their roots and the root of your problems as well. Like, just figuring out the root of all things. Pile number 3, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I loved your reading. I hope you're able to enjoy this month of November and really start to step into your own power and your confidence. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Below pile number 4, you have chosen the Rainbow Aura Quartz Tower. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. And I'm going to lay out your cards and I'll be right back. So I've laid out your cards. We have the 4 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, the Page of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and the Fox. So right off the bat, you have a lot of Wands cards and a lot of passion. I feel like there's going to be a lot of passionate energy during the month of November. Despite the coldness of the winter time, like generally the winter time is associated with cold energy. Despite that, I see a lot of sun shining into your life, like a lot of light coming in. And when I would I meditate prior to each pile, and so while I was meditating, I saw like light hitting my eyes, like sunlight, and the sun is being blocked right now by clouds. And while I was shuffling your cards too, the sun card popped out at me. It didn't fall out, so I didn't take it, but it popped out to me. So what I got is that there's a lot of sun energy in your life right now. Some of you might even be Leos, and this time, I feel like regardless of what your sign is, I just got a sense that with the sun energy, there might be a lot of Leos called to this pile. But regardless, I feel like there's just a really bright energy coming into your life. And because we have the 4 of Wands, what I get is this is a time of joining and celebrating with your loved ones. And I also got a really strong message right now that some of you may actually have gotten married, or if not married, then committed to a new job that required you to move away from your loved ones and your central family and friends. And it's caused you to move away, and because of that, you may be missing them and feeling a little bit sad, and maybe second guessing your decision to move away. But one, I get the message that during this time, I mean it's holiday time too, so it's a good time to meet with family. But if that's not possible, try to talk to them or communicate with them as much as you can, and just remember all the good times that you had with them, And know that like whenever you do see them again, you'll be able to create more memories. Another message I got is during this time you might be seeing some like friends and family, because it's obviously the holiday season, and when like you see them, you'll be in like this feeling of like an elated feeling and really happy. But when it comes time to like leave or go back home, you may feel like sad. And so just know that like there's just going to be a little bit of like this type of energy of like missing people or feeling sad that you have to leave friends and family. And it may be a little bit challenging for you to go through that, but Spirit has your back and they're walking with you. And even though it may feel a little bit sad and like just a little bit of like that missing people energy, you're still going to have such a great month that it's just going to be so filled with love and joy and like happy times. I also see like you gaining an idea or like a fresh start to something and finally finding like your inner desires and starting to walk towards that and really looking at your passions and starting to walk towards them. I see you starting to build onto that and like bring that curiosity and that love for life back into your life. And with the fox spirit, like foxes are extremely crafty and like nifty almost, like they get into everything. And so what I kind of get is like you're gonna be able to use that like craftiness and cleverness to get into a lot of different things and like to allow your creative passions to come out. And just I see like that inner spark finally being able to guide you, and it's like you're almost taking the internal spark and externalizing it and putting it into something. I also see you speaking your truth now and like being honest with people, and that could be with friends and family or just people in general. I see you being more honest and speaking your truth more and not feeling like you need to back down from anything. And obviously it's not done from a vicious place or a malicious place, but it's more of like just being able to speak what's on your mind in a loving and kind manner. I see you just planting the seeds for the things to come in your life, like planting the seeds of what you want in your life. I see you being very intentful on what you want in your life and starting to plant those seeds, whether it's like writing it down and setting goals or just actually taking action towards it. I see kind of a bit of both happening. Like some of you may just start by writing out your goals, and others of you may start acting on those goals. Regardless, I think this is going to be a very fruitful month, and moving forward, the work that you're doing now is going to help you tremendously as you move forward and as we step into the next year. I'm going to pull 2 cards from this deck to see if Spirit has anything more to add for the month of... okay. Thank you. We have Lalita Tripura Sundari and Kali. So there's a lot of feminine, passionate energy because Lalita Tripura Sundari is all about that feminine, sensual energy. And so I see like it's very interesting that comes right on top of the 4 wands. So some of you, this is a really great time for love, or some of you may actually be getting engaged or actually just got married or will be getting married. And with Kali, it's like that strong feminine energy and like that force, that power. And it's very interesting with the snakes too. I see transformation and like shedding of the old. So I really feel you stepping into this like confident and fiery, passionate energy of yours and really starting to walk that path. Let's take 2 cards from this deck. Actually, let's see. Knowledge. You guys will be gaining a lot of knowledge and wisdom and experience. I feel like there's going to be something that whatever it is that you're embarking on, and healing. Whatever it is that you're embarking on, you're going to be gaining a lot of like knowledge and experience in that field. Or maybe if it's marriage, it's like you guys are finally starting to get a better understanding of each other. If it's not marriage, it's like whatever it is, you're going deeper into something, looking deeper into something. So with knowledge, it says, let me connect above and below, let the knowledge of ancestors flow. So I also think that you'll be connecting to your ancestral lineage a little bit more. Again, we felt that with families too. Like you may be gaining a lot of knowledge through your family or friends, or just your ancestors in general. Then we have healing. Candle flame, burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. I also feel that a lot of you will be healing relationships with other people, or just healing within yourself as well. It might be even like health related things. Like some of you may be healing health problems, or finding solutions to health problems maybe. We all have that power of healing within us, whether it's physical healing, mental healing, or emotional healing, or even spiritual healing. It's just about tapping into those powers. So I think during this month of November, you're also going to be tapping into your inner power, your inner ability to heal and move forward. And that it might also mean like seeking help to heal wounds and heal whatever needs to be healed in your life. It may be seeking that external help, but also as seeking internal help as well. What can pile number 4 expect? Feeling this one. Aries. So again, Aries, that passionate, fiery energy. Some of you might be Aries. Some of you might have really heavy Aries placement in chart. Maybe it has to do with your like ability to learn and grow, and maybe it's even in your career. But there's definitely heavy Aries energy. Maybe the person, if this had to do with marriage, maybe the person that you're with now is heavy Aries. But yeah, definitely that fiery Aries energy. Aries is all about knowing who you are, being sure in who you are. And so I really feel like you're really stepping into who you are, and like your fiery, passionate energy, the passionate energy within you, you're connecting to that and stepping more into that. I also kind of feel like you're gaining like the balance between your feminine energies and your masculine energies, like the passion in both. And so I see that balance happening. Now let's take some last cards for advice from Spirit. Okay, oh wow, we have learn and knowledge. So it says, take a lesson from the owls, deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser by the day, or in the day. And exactly like that, just explore, learn, and allow yourself to observe your surroundings so that you can gain more knowledge. And that might be gaining knowledge from other people as well. And the next card we had was friends, and we were literally just talking about all that, family and friends. So it says, the most unlikely friendships can form like variated lichen on hard rock. They create a tight bond. So lichen, it's like these little formations. They almost look like, it almost looks like moss, but it's not, on rocks, and they come in all different like shapes and sizes, and like it looks so beautiful. And so what I get from that is that you may have an idea of the friends you want in your life, and you may not see like the other friendships that you can form. You may not see how many different friendships you can form and the different relationships that you can get. So like, for example, if you have moved away and you're really sad and you miss your friends, and you just don't think that you can find those connections where you are, this is here to remind you that yes, you can. And you may find even better connections. Maybe they're not going to be the same connections, but that's okay. They're going to be different. They're going to be unique in their own way. So like, not expecting everything to be the same, and accepting the uniqueness that comes with the different relationships in your life. And those could be new relationships or old relationships, but this could also apply to like jobs or different, moving to different areas, and like it applies to different things. But yeah, just like knowing that you can find beautiful relationships and friendships in the most unique areas, and like the most out there areas, places where you never thought you would be able to find those relationships. Pal number 4, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I loved your reading. You're able to take advantage of this period and really enjoy the company of good energies and good relationships, those be friends or family, it doesn't really matter. I hope you're able to thrive in those relationships and find the healing that you're looking for, gain deeper knowledge, and just overall enjoy your month. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye! Hello, Pal 5. You have chosen the Rose Quartz Heart. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards, and I'll be right back. Pile number 5, I've laid out your cards. We start off with the Lovers, the Page of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Four of Cups, and then Firefly Spirit. So what I really see for your month in November is it's going to be a heavy reflection energy. And I get two things. Some of you might be reflecting on your relationships with your romantic relationships, your intimate relationships, or your relationship with yourself, how it's grown, improvements that you've made, like just in general, like you're really reflecting heavily on the growth of your relationship and the relationships like as a whole, and where you stand in that relationship. So it's very interesting that you have the Rose Quartz Heart here, which is all about that love, that energy of love, and you have the Lovers, and this is your main energy right here. And so because with this particular Lovers, I get that message of reflection, like deep reflections on relationships, and that doesn't always mean relationships externally, but it could be that relationship with yourself as well. But in general, I see you doing some really deep reflections on the relationships in your life. And with the Page of Cups here, I get the sense that like you may find it a little bit challenging to observe and to look at these relationships and to truly look at it without attachment. And it might also be a little bit difficult for you to accept some of the past decisions, or like the past occurrences in those relationships, and to accept them and to like move forward. So I see that there's going to be a little bit of a challenge when it comes to that. There may also just be in general a little bit of challenge looking at your burdens in life, and just like figuring out how like in the Ten of Wands, like she's very burdened with these wands. So figuring out what in your life is burdening you at this moment, and how you can go about to release those burdens. So I feel like during the month of November, you'll be figuring that out and seeing how you can release these burdens, and the challenges that come with that will be like doing that deeper reflection. I do see you taking steps to release your burdens. Like it may not be large steps, but I see you taking small steps towards releasing those burdens. And with the Four of Cups here, I feel like the universe is going to be presenting you an opportunity, a really great opportunity, and I feel like this opportunity is going to be the thing to help you release these burdens, or it's that by releasing those burdens, you'll finally be able to see this opportunity. Either way, this opportunity is going to be really beautiful and really helpful to you. and it's just going to bring in a lot of like good energy and good vibes. And I think the reflection that you're doing during this this period, this month, is going to really help you to analyze and break down this opportunity so that you can take advantage of it. And I just see that the universe is really going to be helping you during this month of November, like heavily helping you and guiding you, because the firefly, like they're the bottom part of them like lights up. So I get the sense that like with that and the Four of Cups, like your path is going to be lit. The path that you want to take, Spirit is going to be lighting that path up for you so that you can take that path without feeling blind or unable to see what comes next. Like, it's not that you're going to be able to see the entire path clearly and know exactly what's coming, but rather you're going to be aware of the steps that you need to take and where you're going. I just see you like enveloping yourself in the energy of love, and that love is allowing you to seek this opportunity, to take advantage of the opportunity, and to just be able to do these reflections and release the burdens that have been weighing you down. Now let's take 2 cards from this deck here on any more information Spirit would like to give on this reading. We have karma. So that's very interesting, because karma is also like, karma is literally just the reaction to our actions. So the outcome of our actions is karma. It could be good, it could be bad, but that is left up to us to decide. That is based on our perception. So what I see is like you reflecting again on the actions or the reactions to your actions, the outcomes of the actions you have taken in the past, and what they've what outcome that they've given you, and whether you like that or not, and how you can, if you didn't like it, how you could have changed the decision you made or the choices you made to bear a different outcome, and applying that to your current situation right now. Let's take one more card. Okay, we have Pratyahara. Let me put that. And so Pratyahara is one of the 8 stages of yoga, and it's all about the control of the senses. So what I get from that is that during the month of November, you're going to start to figure out how you can control your senses so that you have the best experience in your life, rather than your senses controlling you. When we control our senses, if we feel like sad, our senses may be to binge watch TV or to binge eat or something along those lines maybe. But if we control our senses, we can take the time we need to retreat within ourselves, or do whatever we need to do to be able to overcome that grief in a manner that doesn't then leave us worse off. So like, for example, if you're binge watching TV to cope with something, 9 times out of 10 you won't be able to actually deal with the root of the problem. You'll just be pushing it off for a later time. And so, yeah, we can definitely use that escape as a way to help us, but it's not going to solve the problem. And so what I get is during the month of November, you're going to be looking to the root of how you can control your senses rather than them control you. And so that way, whenever something happens in your life, you get to experience it exactly as you want to experience it, not your senses controlling you to have a different experience. It's basically you being able to experience your life in the manner you want to experience and having control over that. But that control is gotten to us by understanding that we need to release control. It's very interesting how that works, because you would think like by having control we don't release control, but actually we release control and then understand that we actually are in control, because we've let go of like expectations, we've let go of everything, and we've just allowed for ourselves to flow with our true nature. Now let's take 2 cards from this deck and see what Spirit would like to add for pile number 5 in this reading. For the month of November, I'm feeling this one here. Wisdom. That's very interesting. Yes, I feel like you're gaining so much wisdom through this period of time. I'm also feeling this one. Grace. Wow. Okay, so the wisdom card, it says, on a Wednesday with the waxing moon, let wisdom come and be renewed. Very interesting. Wisdom is definitely coming in. You're learning a lot through your reflections, and I feel like you're also giving yourself grace. It says, grace, blessings come to me to set me free. Very interesting, because you're setting yourself free from the control and the binding of your senses. So like with grace, I get the idea that you're giving yourself that time, that space, and that just that like energy to do what you need to do it at your own pace. You're not trying to force yourself into doing something. You're not trying to rush yourself. You're just giving yourself grace. Like, if something doesn't happen today, it's okay. I can do it tomorrow. I will get it done. I have that, like, knowing and having that much confidence that you will get it done, and so that you're no longer feeling so overburdened that you have to get it done in this very moment. And yeah, and I think you're just learning so much wisdom through your reflections and just gaining deeper knowledge about yourself. This month in general seems to be a very reflective period, and like there's a lot of energies around gaining that knowledge and doing that deeper inner work. Okay, so I was called to look at the book for this wisdom card, and it says in here, if this wisdom spell has chosen you, please look upon this as an opportunity to work some magic on your own ability to see wisely. Be open to having a greater inner understanding of the karmic ripples your choices will make through the lakes of time. And isn't that just so crazy how we have karma right here? It is so wild to me. I don't usually look at the book, but yeah, that like I felt a calling to look at, and so I did, and I think that the wisdom you're learning is to understand through your reflections how your actions have affected the outcomes that you wanted, or the outcomes that have happened in your past. And so now you can, moving forward, make decisions to gain certain outcomes, to gain the outcomes that you want rather than the outcomes that you don't want, and how you can make decisions towards like the outcomes you want. And with the grace card again, as we said, like giving yourself grace in that period of time. Now let's take one more card from this deck to get any last information or anything for the month of November for pile number 5. Libra, interesting. One of the other piles also got Libra, so I'm just feeling like, again, that balance is coming in, and you're finding that ability to balance your emotions and your mind, and balance the reflections you do as well, so that you're not expending so much energy doing reflections that you're not living in the now, but you're also not ignoring the past and not being able to learn from it. I feel like you're finally balancing those two things. And her hair, or this person's hair, is sticking out to me a lot. So I feel like because it's like coming into the crown chakra, I feel like your crown chakra is going to be very active during this month of November, and you're going to be like receiving a lot of like downloads and information. Now let's take some advice from Spirit to end this reading off. We have patience. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. And that's exactly what we were talking about with grace. Just allowing for that patience with yourself to know that everything will happen in due time. Then we have forbearance. Do not be deterred by the thorn amidst the roses. So even if there's challenges and like we said with the reflections, there's a little bit of challenge accepting things or even looking at things. Take your time, be graceful with yourself, and just know that you can persevere, you can move forward. And I feel like you're not going to be deterred. I feel like you're gonna be moving forward and doing these reflections. And lastly, we have uncertainty. The shades of gray within the fog will eventually lift. This is very interesting because this has come out for almost every pile. So I think that this time in general seems to be very uncertain, and so because of that, people seem to be like in a fog or a cloud of mist, or a cloud, like walking in the clouds. But just know that the time will clear. It will become clear skies again, and you will gain that clarity. Pile number 5, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I hope you're able to do these reflections and really just enjoy the reflection or reflective period that's coming your way during this month of November, and gain so much wisdom and give yourself grace and just be patient. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when we upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye.